Hi, my name's Lucy. My brain tumor was officially diagnosed in January of 2018 and it was removed at the end of March 2018. However, I was certain for quite some time before that I had a brain tumor. Not because of my migraines, which I had experienced for about 2 decades. My tumor was ironically found because of my migraines. However, the tumor had nothing to do with my migraines. I still experience the migraines at times. So I knew that I had a tumor because it turned out I had ADD or ADHD, whichever, my whole life. And I was always highly functioning with it. Oh, by the way, this is my kitty, Jasmine. Jasmine, say hi. Hi. She's such a calm girl. Um, anyway, I was always highly functioning with my ADD, and at one point, about 5, 6 years ago, my ADD, I became no longer highly functioning. My brain just didn't process things the way it did. Like, I used to be awesome at processing like multiple tabs, like crazy multiple tabs on the computer, like 20 tabs at once with multiple browsers. And I loved reading so much. And at some point, I was no longer able to read and able to enjoy reading. I couldn't process more than a handful of pages. And I would just forget everything and just not be able to focus. I knew something wasn't right with my brain. I didn't go to Google with it. And for my symptoms, I just had this feeling that I had a tumor. And then I was a caregiver last year, and the end of 2017 was mainly when I was a caregiver. And I was getting my migraines a lot, and Excedrin migraine wasn't helping a lot of them. So I went to the ER a handful of times to get better meds to get rid of them so I didn't have to call off work and, oops, sorry, and bail on my clients, especially the ones that really needed me. And so they referred me to a neurologist. Then the neurologist did MRI, and the brain tumor was officially discovered. When I saw the report on my file, it's like, hey, yeah, not surprised. I told my boyfriend at the time, if you can call him that, my ex-narc, told him, I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if I have a brain tumor. And sure enough, I did. Turned out to be a grade 1 ganglioglioma, and all they could give me on the pathology report, which ended up being sent out, and it was like $25,000-$30,000 testing for the lab work that was sent out, not the initial lab work, that it was presumed benign, not definitely benign. And if you can see the colorings behind me, it's hard to point this way. I did those colorings. I didn't realize that it ended up being the skulls bordering my head. Coloring was always a good pastime for me. And then my brain surgery, he said, which was the end of March last year, took that away from me a lot. Not completely, though. So, yeah, that's how I discovered, well, suspected I had a brain tumor, and then officially found out I had one. I know, like, I get the memes and how people worry that they have a brain tumor when they have a headache. The thing is, though, like, yeah, that can be a cause, but more times than not, headaches are just headaches. Like, I've said, have had migraines for 20 years, over 20 years. Had nothing to do with my brain tumor. And I never fretted because of my headaches that maybe I had a brain tumor. So those memes that say, maybe it's a headache, or maybe it's just a headache, maybe it's something I ate, maybe it's this or that, or maybe it's a tumor, kind of piss me off because of the fact that I knew I had a tumor and people worry about it for no reason. Like, I get worrying at the same time. Get over it. It's most likely not a tumor. So, sorry, I had to I didn't have to rant. I chose to rant. So that's the beginning of my story. I don't know. I'll try to share more another time. No promises, though.